Hey everybody, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
And I'm hoping to earn a waffle party this quarter.
Interesting. Please explain.
Have you watched Severance?
I have not.
You should do that thing.
Now I'm going to have to look that up. Severance. Ooh, sci-fi, psychological thriller.
Yeah, it's really good.
What's the pitch?
It is best if you just watch it, to be perfectly frank.
Just watch it. Not even going to give me a reason to watch it other than...
Yeah, just watch it.
Waffles.
It's best if you go in blind.
Now, Stranger Things had waffles in it. Is this different waffles?
There's different waffles.
Did you watch Stranger Things?
Yes, I watched Stranger Things.
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know what you do. Anyway, what have you been up to since last we spoke? Apparently watching Severance.
Yeah, watching Severance. Yeah.
How long is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 episodes?
9 episodes. Yeah, so 9 hours.
That doesn't sound terrible. Oh, but it's on Apple Plus.
You probably have a free membership somewhere or another, to be perfectly frank.
Not for Apple TV Plus.
Really? You don't have like some free 3-month trial somewhere?
No, we used it a while back. For I don't know. We used it like a year or two ago for something.
Well, fair enough.
So now we're fresh out of Apple TV Pluses.
Ah, that's disappointing.
It is.
Well, speaking of things that you should use your method on.
I know.
That one's at least like reasonable to do that on because there's not much else on Apple TV Plus other than there's that and Macbeth and then
wait, which Macbeth?
The Tragedy of Macbeth, the Coen Macbeth.
Ah. I thought maybe the one with Patrick Stewart in it, which is a good one. Been up to anything else?
Have I been playing The Sims?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting choice. Weren't you playing The Sims like back in 2001?
Yeah, I was an early adapter to The Sims. This is correct. I played a lot of The Sims and then The Sims 2. And then played any Sims 3. And my old roommate started playing The Sims 4 again. Well, she's super into The Sims 4. There's this joke about The Sims that is described as a casual game, but no one plays The Sims casually, and that is very accurate.
Oh?
The people who play The Sims play The Sims.
Hardcore, huh?
Yeah.
How do you play The Sims hardcore?
Yeah, you just do.
Do you make a accurate recreation of your own life and then watch your sim cry in a corner?
It's generally making your Sims as miserable as possible, but no, like tons of like weird challenges that people have come up with.
Ah,
it's pretty crazy.
Okay, well,
it's pretty crazy the things people do with The Sims. So there you go.
Let's see, what have I done, if anything?
What have you done?
Not really.
If anything.
Been keeping up on the shows that are airing.
Well, if you're doing that, then we aren't going to be able to watch any for next season. That seems like silliness.
Well, it's entertaining. And I can always watch them again, especially Kage, because Kage is airing right now.
That's true. That's what I've heard.
Another show started since the last time we had a podcast. That's Summertime Render. We talked about during our hot Hotakes.
Our hotist of case.
Yes. It's the one that's like a island mystery thriller thingy. It's more like Higurashi.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Premise is there's some murders going on this island. There's a time loop, and there are things called shadows that seem to be some kind of shape-shifting doppelgangers that take your place by killing you and then assuming your form.
So wait.
Yes,
I've played this. I've played this game. It's good. It's let me see. I need to get its name. Among Us. Yeah. I've played it. Yeah.
Sus.
Good game.
That's pretty sus, man. That's the only trope I know from that game.
There you
go. I'm too old. Apparently, it's very popular among the youth.
It was. I feel like it's past its peak, but I'm sure it's still fairly popular
among the 12 to 13-year-olds or something.
I think that's all Fortnite. So they took the forts out of Fortnite, so I think it's just night now.
How do you take the forts out of Fortnite?
They took the forts out of Fortnite. No more building in Fortnite.
Wasn't that the whole point?
Well, that was the gimmick, but nobody liked the gimmick. They just wanted to play kid-friendly pug.
Fair. Hey,
What with
speaking
the
of
floss and llamas.
kid-friendly
Llamas?
pug, free for all.
I thought you were going to talk about Shadows.
I was not.
Or you, of course, could have also done, so where in games would you rank Fortnite?
Where would you rank it? Would it be number one with
No, it would
like
super not.
Kingly? No.
But you know what we could rank instead of video games?
Kings?
See, there you go. Now that's how you do a segment.
So this time we watched Ranking of Kings. And
Yep.
some kings were ranked.
Yeah, I watched it like 3 weeks ago. So,
I watched it up until about 10 minutes ago.
see, there you go. Both ends of the king spectrum.
Yeah. I started watching it 4 days ago and I just finished it.
I mean, that's good. I watched it all in like, the night of one day and then the morning of the next. So,
Wow, that's
it was good.
dedication. It is very good. I wouldn't say it's the best thing ever, but it's one of the most inventive ones I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah. Yep. How good is the mom? Best mom? Pretty close.
Which mom? All the moms?
The mom. I mean, all the moms. Sure. Yeah, every mom. Most of the moms are good. Yeah, it's got good moms. On a scale of 1 to good moms, it's got good moms.
Lots of good moms. Although they have their moments where they're not good moms. But that's
Well,
what
yeah.
makes them good moms. Because sometimes they're not good moms.
Yeah. And some moms don't let you have Christmas on Christmas Day.
Or a Christmas goose.
That's how moms do. Or a Christmas goose.
Yeah. Still waiting on my Christmas goose.
Never going to happen.
You know, we're going to have one, and you won't be here. Someday
Yeah,
there will be a
well.
Christmas goose.
Well.
Anyway, you want to give the pitch?
Huh?
You
For
wanna
Ranking
give
of Kings?
Yeah, pitch for Ranking of Kings.
There's a little boy. He's a good boy. He's a prince. He cannot hear and he cannot talk, but he makes friends with a good little shadow boy. And he's going to be the best king. And then everything falls apart forever because mirrors are bad.
Mirrors are bad.
Basically, he has an older brother who's a giant dink, and then everything falls apart.
Yep.
And he gets exiled and has to go on an adventure to save really just his brother and his dad brother.
And everyone
His
else.
brother's dad.
Kind of.
Everyone, his kingdom, really. It's not like an end of the world thing. Basically it's Game of Thrones. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it really is. It's all like political intrigue stuff, just kid friendly.
Yeah.
Also the character designs are like really fun and like cartoony in a very fun and good way. It doesn't look anime.
It is not. It looks very almost French.
Looks more
cartoon.
French. Yeah, it looks far more European.
It's very classic, not fairy story, but in that genre of fantasy.
Yeah, it's traditional fantasy. I like it a lot. And it's not an isekai.
It's not an isekai.
Boji is the best boy.
He's a very good boy.
Very good boy.
There's some really good animation, especially in like episode 21, where the animators just decided, you know what?
No, there's another good one.
We don't need sleep.
Well, it's weird because some of the animation's like kind of jank, but then there's like really good episodes, like the episode where he trains with what's his face, and that one is directed so well,
Mm-hmm.
like
They're all
so well.
directed
Not
pretty
just is
well.
the animation good, but the direction is just like spantaculous, and you're like, this came out of nowhere, and none of the other episodes are directed like this. That's a shame.
Well,
That's really good.
it's a very good story. Can't really
Story's really good.
talk about it too much, but
Yeah, there's some people that they're bummed about the ending, but those people are kind of bad at understanding stories. Like, I understand their complaint to a certain degree, but they also need to understand how themes work and how stories progress and how morals are taught. So
maybe those people don't know what morals are. Maybe they're heathens.
probably not. I would say that I think that the first season is better than the second season. The second season, I think, drags a little bit. The first season, like every episode, everything drives forward. And then the second season, we spend like 4 episodes arguing on a staircase. And it's like, yeah, no, I get it. Let's go. It's mostly to do with how fast the first season goes. And then the second just kind of, I wouldn't say crawls to a halt, but there's some episodes that are like, all right, come on.
I didn't really notice that.
Get with it.
I mean, you were marathoning it too, but But yeah, you're right. The first season covers
Yeah.
like the span of probably a year or more.
Yeah, no, it goes.
And the second season is like a weekend.
And I can get lots of shonens do this when they get closer to their climax for sure. But there's a couple that are like, I understand you're still on the stairs. Let's go.
We got to talk though. There's some feelings.
I think that's one of those things where it just has to do with episode order stuff, right? Where it's just like, really, realistically, you had like 22 episodes, but you have 24 to 25. How many episodes is it in total? 23. I feel like they had like 21 episodes or 20 episodes worth of stuff, and they were like, uh-oh, our episode order is a little too long. Gotta sort of stretch this a bit.
Well, there's that, but there's also the first season set up several different plot threads, and then the second season was weaving them all back together. Yeah. Which it did to a pretty good degree.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm not going to say like the second season's bad. It did everything that it needed to do. It's just, again, I think it had one or two extra episodes that it kind of had to fill. Thankfully, it didn't have to resort to filler at all. It just kind of had to stretch.
Like a snake.
You know how the first couple episodes of Lucky Star, they were like, you know what? This is a Yonkoma show. We're going to spend half the episode doing one 4-panel comic. And it's like, oh, okay, you don't.
That's not how this works.
That's not how this works.
Well, they were the first ones doing it, so they didn't know how this works.
No, they were not.
Sure they were. Name
what
another
year did
one.
Azumanga Daioh come out?
That wasn't a 4-coma.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yes, it's a Yonkoma, you dingus.
You sure it was a Yonkoma?
Embrace tradition. Reject modernity. Please.
I thought it was more like Nichijou, where it was like short little chapters.
No, it's Yonkoma.
I'm just going to check, because it's been a while.
All right, you do that. You do that.
It has been...
And bask in your ignorance.
20 years since I've seen Azumanga Daioh.
Again, and you're saying that Lucky Star was the first Yonkoma show. Please. Please. I will march downstairs and get my copy of the manga.
Dang. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, funny that. Funny. Weird.
Although it does say largely in Yonkoma format. Not exclusively in Yonkoma format. Anyway, I want to talk about some more kings.
Yeah, let's rank some kings.
So,
Boji, number one king.
Well, we should probably say spoilers. What?
Spoilers, Boji, number one king.
Except he's not, though. He's not number one king.
No, he's not. Neither is his dad.
No.
Really, there's no good way to talk about the show rather than just say everything that happens in the show.
Yes.
Because, like, you really have to, like, discuss everything. So, you know, like, sometimes we say spoilers and it's, like, not spoilers. This is just like, dude, you got everything about the show is about to be ruined because there's nothing else to do.
Yep.
It's like trying to discuss more than, like, chapter 3 of Game of Thrones. Like, I mean, from here on out, there'd be dragons. Though not dragons. There's no dragons in this.
There was a dragon. There was one dragon.
Was there a dragon?
Yeah, Miranjo was flying around on a dragon once.
Oh, maybe.
It was when she killed Bochi's mom.
Yeah, that's true. There is a dragon.
There's
Spoilers.
one dragon.
Spoilers already.
Bochi's a good boy. I will say though, after
Boji is the world's smallest giant.
He's at you. Well, he had all his
which is actually true.
Stolen from him.
He did, because his dad's a bad guy. Kind of. He kind of.
As much of a good boy as Boji is.
Yeah.
I think his muteness and his deafness help a lot in two ways. One, it gives him a very interesting story arc and unique challenges that not many other characters have, if ever.
Agreed.
But the second one is the show isn't really about Boji. It's about Boji being a catalyst for everybody else's story arcs.
I mean, yeah, but he does have his own thing going. But yeah, it's definitely that kind of thing where Boji...
Everyone gets a story arc.
Yeah, everyone. It's
sometimes
really good
more than one
in that way. Yeah, but like Boji is Catalyst makes it sound like he's kind of a passive character where he's not. He's the linchpin of everybody's story arcs for sure.
No, he's like a shooting star that's like going through all this stuff and stirring it up.
Yeah.
So he's the cause of a lot of character arc stuff. A lot of character development
that hinges
around him and what he's doing.
Yeah, mostly being a good boy.
Why is he such a good boy?
He's just a good boy. He's kind, he's generous, and he just wants to do his best.
Yeah, but where did he learn all that from?
I mean, his mom.
Which one?
And his other mom. both moms.
Well, the first mom, definitely. The second mom, to start with, maybe.
She got better. She
had a rough patch there.
She was bad, and then she got better, and then she got a little worse, and then she gets much better.
Boji's the only character I did not have any moment where I was like, should I trust this character anymore?
No, he's implicitly trustworthy. He's a good boy.
Or is this person, terrible? Or maybe they're good inside? Yeah. I don't know anymore.
Well, and that's the interesting thing about the show, right? Like, is Boji's dad a bad person? Is his dad a good? Is he? I shouldn't say that. I should say, is Boji's father a bad guy or a good guy? And the answer to that is yes. Is Boji's mom the good guy or the bad guy, or his stepmom? The answer to that is yes. Is Boji's younger brother the good guy or the bad guy? The answer to that is yes. Is Miranjo a bad guy or a good guy? She's bad.
She's bad.
She's bad guy. That one's easy. She's a bad guy.
She's the bad guy.
She's a very sympathetic bad guy, but she's a bad guy.
And they even when she gets her redemption arc there at the very end, which was a little undeserved, but whatever.
That's what a lot of people complain about. But again, like there's
she didn't do anything to deserve forgiveness, but everyone else was like, Boji's such a good boy, and he forgave her. So
I would say that is the point, right? Because the story of the story is about generational hatred and learning to forgive, and forgiveness is the first step of breaking the cycle of generational hate. That's the theme of the show. So, of course, it ends with a good person forgiving somebody when they don't quite deserve to be forgiven. That is the point of our exercise.
Exactly.
So that's what happens.
And everyone recognizes that she was still a bad person.
Yes, like you can't complain that is unearned when the point is it was unearned. Now, there's some people that have complained that it is... that they would have liked to see more of a redemption arc out of her, but that's just saying I would like more of this show.
That's true.
Which, like, I will agree. I want more of this show too.
And there may be more at some point.
That is the point. The point is that it is unearned forgiveness.
Well,
that is the exercise.
Yes, Miranjo's story arc is the whole show.
Yeah.
Right. And it gets lopped off right at the end where she gets some sort of redemption. Every other character, they reach that point, and if we lopped off the show right there, you'd say the same thing. Oh, that was unearned. Because they didn't do anything to deserve any forgiveness. Like Doma. He spends like the whole second half of the show trying to redeem himself. And he still hasn't, really. Other than crying a lot.
But again, that is the point. The exercise is forgiveness is like the first step.
Step number one.
Then you earn the redemption that you undeservedly got. That is the moral of the show.
Like, Kage was not a very good guy to start with.
Nope. He was bad, but Boji forgave him anyway, and then he was like, okay, well, then I'll work hard to be better to live up to how Boji sees me, which is what everybody tries to do.
Mm-hmm. Even though most of them don't understand him.
Because Boji sees the best in everybody. And his sign language. I like how he signs, and a lot of people understand it. I like how well his stepmom learns his sign language. It's cute.
I liked stepmom healing.
Stepmom's very good. I loved the way they did magic in it.
That it was really, really hard to do. And it's not just this fix all everything.
Yeah. It's like, oh goodness, I have to use all of me to do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked how the magic worked. Because it wasn't just we have limitless power to just heal everyone. It's like, no, it runs out.
I need to mainline mana potions, and I need to exert all of my will.
And it sets that up for you because she heals Boji several times in secret at the beginning of the show, and you see that it takes a lot out of her. So when it comes to the big battle, you're like, oh yeah, this isn't just a convenience for the show. We were already told this. It sets those things up really well.
I love her big derpy armor in the last arc. It delights me.
I kept wondering about that.
Big and derpy and bad.
Well,
it's bad and dumb, and it's realistic in its bad dumbness.
It helped all those potions, man.
Yep.
Got to put those potions somewhere. But you're right. It's more accurate than most armor in media for women.
Yep.
What else about her? She had several ups and downs. It took me a long time to figure out if she's trustworthy or not.
Good. I mean, that's why all these characters are good and interesting. You're like, I don't know.
You meet her and you're like, oh, it's the evil stepmom. And then later you're like, oh, well, maybe she feels bad for Boji. Oh, actually, she's loved Boji since he was a little kid, but as soon as she had a second kid, she started hating him for some reason.
I didn't really hate him so
but
much,
just didn't know how to deal with it. And
yeah. I mean, what are you supposed to do when like a full-blooded giant never grows up and is like
little bitty?
His development is just like way stunted and everything about him is wrong. And you're like, oh.
And it wasn't your flesh and blood.
Yeah.
And then you have one of your own.
Does he need to be king? Because like obviously my kid is actually would be better at being king than he would be for real reasons and not so real reasons, and it's complicated.
Mm-hmm. Daida too was set up to be the bad guy. He looks like the stereotypical bad guy, and for like 2 episodes, he is the stereotypical bad guy. I'm just a jerk. I'm going to usurp the throne. You suck. Like beating you with a stick. Ha ha ha. I'm a bully. And then he gets trapped inside his own head, and then he's sad the rest of the show.
Yep.
Going, what have I done to myself? I shouldn't have drank my dad.
Well, and even when he's tempted with power of, skipping ahead, and he's like, yeah, no, though.
I admired him for that because I thought he was.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, all right, I see where you're coming from. You want to prove it to yourself. Not real sure about his turn of heart there at the end, though.
Yeah, that was a little weak.
Came out of left field. Like, oh yeah, you grown woman are the doll that was in my head with me for a while.
Yeah,
I guess.
And also you were my mentor figure, my ageless mentor mirror figure.
And you're old enough to be my grandma. You're my wife now.
It's hard to know how old Miranjo is on a couple of levels.
She could at least be his mom. Because Daida's gotta be no more than 13, 14.
I mean, that's true. But also, when she got put in the mirror, she didn't age after that.
Yeah.
So, it's complicated. But yeah, that's a little weird.
I was like, I'm okay if he's like, I want to get to know you better or something. But he's like, nope, you're my wife now. We're going to get married.
Okay. That is a little...
Like, I got several questions.
Not going to say cringe, but, that one's a little weird.
And what was a little more cringe was his dad's relationship with Miranjo.
That's complicated.
Because maybe it's his daughter, but maybe it's not.
It's his daughter, best friend, eternal confidant.
Kind of, not really.
Yeah.
Beau, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, a little bit.
All the above. Look, it's very Genji. There's a lot of Genji going on right there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Genji, but there's not much you can do about that. Getting around Genji problems in Japanese media is just not quite
true.
That was just not quite gonna happen for you.
Well, was Miranjo a good person or a bad person or all the above or mostly bad?
Because
she's
sympathetic.
We are told that she's done a lot of bad things. And yes, she has been the catalyst for all of the nonsense that has happened in this show.
Well, and she's done quite a few bad things. I mean, she did sacrifice Daida for her own ends and tried to kill his mom and Boji. So all of those are certifiable bad things.
And did kill Bochi's mom.
Mm-hmm.
So those are bad things. Yes, I agree. But we're told in the show that she's done even worse things than that. And I guess at one point it's hinted at when she's riding around on a dragon. So I feel at some point she had committed some sort of atrocity or multiple.
Okay, so here's another thing that I've been doing is I read a lot of Berserk. So yeah, she is kind of
Griffith.
What
is she? Griffith?
No. She's guts to Bochi's dad's Griffith, which is. She ends up doing a lot of the shady shit that he didn't want to do, is the feeling I get.
Okay, so that raises a lot of implications that I don't think you want to get into.
Well, no, I mean, obviously not. This is not a 1-for-1, okay?
You're just doing when they were in the band of the Hawk.
Yeah. In the band of Hawk. Yeah. This is early stuff. Not
Eclipse.
No.
We're not doing Eclipse and Ranking of Kings.
We're not doing Eclipse and ranking. This is a pure show. Not that I would not put it past Moranjo to Eclipse, but still.
I think that's even beyond her. I don't think she's that evil.
Probably. Mo less.
She healed Boji that one time.
She did heal Boji.
And even saved Kage.
That is true.
Hold him back from the brink of death. Literally.
I liked Bochi's fighting style because there just end up being a lot of good fights in the show. But I like how, I kind of thought that's where we were going with Bochi's fighting style, but I'm glad that is what they do, and they did it well.
You know what Bochi's fighting style is, right? Don't you?
Acupuncture fencing.
It's Mystic Eyes of Death Perception from Fate.
Sure.
Well, not Fate, but Skihime.
Yeah. No, I know.
Except he doesn't kill anyone with it or cut them into pieces.
Yeah,
he just knocks them out.
I just wish that there was a Skihime anime. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice. Someday we'll have one.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. The first one's not that bad. It's okay. It's fine.
It's very bad. But yeah, so.
There's like a million characters.
There's a million. It's Game of Thrones. The show is Game of Thrones.
You know who's a really good bad guy?
Who's a good bad guy? Wait,
there's
bad guys? Oaken. Which one's that?
The Immortal.
Oh, the Immortal? Yeah, no, he's bad. He is a bad guy.
That is a very, very good villain.
Yeah, an extremely good villain. Who, again, is very interesting and deep and complex. He's not really now. Now he's just a mindless murder machine. But, his story is rich and complex.
And very sad. His brothers are still trying to save him because he's cursed with immortality and he's lost himself. He used to be such a good guy. And maybe he's still down in there somewhere, perhaps.
Maybe. But now he is just
a killing
bad.
Machine. And he loves killing. Here he goes, a murdering again.
He loves a murder.
Actually, he doesn't murder people right out. He stabs you and misses all your vital organs, so you bleed out while he can watch.
Yeah.
And you can't kill him.
He does this creepy laugh, and you really, really, really cannot kill him.
You think maybe Bochi's gonna kill him. He's gonna do something special, and he'll
and then you're
die.
like, maybe Bochi's dad will kill him. And you're like, nope. Does something kind of worse than killing him, but it's the only way to contain him.
Best he can do is stuff him in a rock.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to turn him into a diamond because he's done that in the past.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was going to shove him in that rock and then diamondize him.
Yeah.
But
it does seem like there is a way to save him because they were going to use that demon.
Yeah. I want to know that demon's story.
There's something behind that demon.
The story behind the demon and Moranjo seems very interesting because he was a cute little boy or girl. I don't know. It's unclear. He was a cute little demon. It was very adorable at one point.
Now it's reverse Darling in the Franxx.
Because it's whenever you make a deal with the demon but don't follow through, the demon stays hideous or something. And Moranjo just keeps not.
She's not a great friend to Mr. Demon Boy.
She's just not a great friend. This is true.
She's a good friend to Bosu.
Because
she grinds him into a milkshake.
Yeah, which is not nice.
It has a bird poop him out, so yeah.
Yeah, also not nice, because he didn't want to come back from the dead.
Well, he kind of did, but...
Nah, he really didn't.
Maybe not like that.
Super not like that. Not where he has to kill his son for it.
He didn't kill his son. He was just,
mostly
using him for a bit.
Mostly dead.
He's fine. He'll get better.
He did.
But I do want to know more about Mr. Demon, because there seems to be some stuff going on there.
Agreed.
And there could be some more, because he just poofs and goes away.
Yep. He's just like, haha, bye.
Okay, bye, even though I could probably answer some questions and solve some problems right now. It's
too bad.
One wish
Bye.
system. I guess now you got to gather
one wish
all
and I curl up into myself. You have to go get all the Dragon Balls again.
Yep. Or have all your retainers get killed first, and that summons Mr. Demon. I don't know how it works.
I don't know how it works.
Let's see. I think of the big four. I liked Dorshi the most. As big shield of the queen guy.
Oh, yeah.
Big dude punches things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the queen's bodyguard. He's good. He's good dude.
He's a good boy. enough where the queen
He's a
takes
good
a
man.
fancy to him there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loses
good
an
man.
eye and a foot.
Yeah.
I did like
Keeps
that.
on trekking.
That also is nice about the magic. Because he got tore up. And
Up.
She did heal him, but, you know, his eye is gone still, and he still doesn't have a foot.
And I like again, the setting is good in that it allows you to suspend enough disbelief to do these things while still being very grounded. Like, it has its light magic. You're like, this guy can take this much damage. This actually seems like fine. But everything else, like, it's a very Lord of the Rings-esque fantasy.
No one really stays dead.
Yeah, well, a very and just more traditional fantasy, a St. George and the Dragon style, just older style fantasy. None of this. The world works like a video game lull type fantasy nonsense.
I mean, you mentioned that even the Demon King or King of the Underworld is shown to be a villain, but is he though?
Is he? I mean, not really.
He's pretty ruthless, but he's
they
a
just
good
have
guy.
their own things going on. Everybody's got their own things going on. Is his brother a villain? Like, I mean, he's definitely not like doing things out of the kindness of his own heart.
He likes gold, man. He's very pretty.
He's very pretty.
He's definitely not Errol Flynn.
No.
One thing I wish they had touched on a little bit more, and I don't know if you can do this with Boji around, the responsibility of kings to make hard choices that aren't good, but they're the best choices. And I feel like Boji had the chance to make one of those choices. It kind of got retconned, so everything was fine anyway. Whereas the other kings, at least Desha, the underworld king, was shown in the past to have made some pretty nasty choices, but for the best. And I wish they had touched on that a little bit more.
Yeah. Which decision by Boji are you saying is like that?
He was given the choice of like killing Miranjo to save his brother and lift the curse and solve all the problems.
Yeah.
And he does do that, so he does make the choice, but then it turns out fine anyway. Yeah,
but again, they do a decent job of making it make sense. It's not just it's not the end of Orihime, okay?
No.
Orihime?
But it would have been nice to have him mature, having made a choice like that and still living with the consequences.
And that's true.
And maybe they'll do that in the future. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure we have more arcs to do.
It's a manga. It's got 13 volumes out. And it's only been running for 5 years.
Yep.
That's pretty prolific. So yeah, I guarantee there's going to be more.
I would very much read it. Because it's very good. And watch it. Go watch it. I mean, if you made it this far, we've spoiled it all. But I guess not all, but still.
No, there's a ton of nuance all over the place.
There's just a ton of stuff. But you could do a podcast on each one of the characters because it's pretty complex.
We didn't even mention all of them.
No, there's a lot.
But he's a good boy.
He's a very
and that's
good
a helicopter.
Boy. Good Boji. That's a helicopter? Oh, outside your house.
Boji's not a helicopter. And he doesn't have any helicopter parents.
No, he doesn't. Almost to his own chagrin. Well, his mom may have been, but
she died, so
she very died.
Well, before we go, we never actually ranked any kings in the show other than Desha.
No, we did. Yeah, I will say that it seems like this seemed almost again. Not to bring Berserk up again, but to bring Berserk up again. It definitely feels like he had an idea for what he was going to do with his manga and then was just like, I have a better idea and did that instead. Though there is like some weird mystery about like being the number one king and like getting to go to the vault. And then like evidently every other person that's gone there has lost their mind and it's really hard to get anybody to be like, there's this whole other like thing going on with the actual ranking of kings that they just don't quite get to yet.
And Desha gets to go into the vault.
Yeah, but then we stop.
And then we stop. We don't know what happens. Did he go in? What did he choose? Did he go crazy? Who knows?
Yeah. So again, it's like, but again, I do think that is like he had the idea of like, here's what I'm going to do with this manga. And then he got like distracted by another thing, another story he wanted to tell. And then just did that. Not to complain at all, but it means that this other half of like the entire world and the world state just is left.
It does feel like every once in a while he's like, oh yeah, I got to remind people that there's like a ranking of kings going on. with the weird hat guy.
Yeah.
They'll pop up here and there. That's still happening. It's still in the title. I didn't forget.
Yeah. We ranked the kings are ranked or something.
How do you feel about Boji going off to form his own kingdom there at the end?
I like it. It's good. I like that as a goal for him. Again, just like Griffith. What depths will Boji fall to in order to create his own kingdom? If that is his
depends if he
ultimate
goes
goal.
And finds another kingdom and then sleeps with the princess. Because if he does,
Don't do that. That's bad.
Nothing good comes from that.
Nothing good comes from that. It's a bad plan. That's a shortcut. No shortcuts in getting your own kingdom, brah.
I don't know. I felt like it would have made more sense, at least given the state in which led up to it, that he found Kage and brought him back as an advisor or something. Not, I'm going to give up my whole kingdom just for Kage.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. That's because Kage was kind of a dink and just ran off like an idiot.
Well, yeah, but he could have like caught him and brought him back or something.
Maybe, but you want to have more cute little adventures. And also, I just like the idea of him being like, yeah, I'm not going to inherit a kingdom. I'm going to do what my dad did and forge one.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about what he did.
But also,
I am complaining
remember
about
what your dad did in order to get his kingdom, you big dingus.
Well, to get his kingdom was fine. That's what he did after.
No, it wasn't.
He said, "I'm just."
Oh no, I guess you're right. You're right. He didn't even get his power until.
And all the people were like, "Yay, we love you. You're such a good man." Please don't get drank by your son.
Yeah.
In a milkshake and then pooped out by a bird.
You don't do that.
Anyway, it was the amount of time between. Oh yeah, I have my wish. I'm now king. To I'm going to give it all up and run off and have adventures instead. If they had spread that a little more.
Well, again, in
like 5 minutes.
I've seen that complaint where it's just like, they feel like the very last episode was a little rushed, but really your complaint is
I want to see more show.
Want more of this thing, which I agree.
Absolutely. Well, what are we going to watch next time?
What are we going to watch next time? That's an excellent point. I don't have a.
I don't know. What's good? Anyone got any ideas?
Do I have any ideas? Let me see.
Are there any good animes?
There are no
why
good
I asked. There
it was a mistake. There aren't any. None are good. All right, let's run the good old Crunchyroll. Here we go. We're gonna browse by.
Last season we talked about some show called Slow Loop.
Slow Loop, the slowest of loops.
I don't know.
Someone kind of season spring. No, I want someone kind of season.
It looks like cute girls going fishing. Oh, I have heard something. It's still airing, but remember that golf show? The girls doing golf?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's bonkers. I'm
told
it's kind of like Skate the Infinity, except golf.
All right, I'll allow it.
I haven't watched it, so I cannot verify that claim. However, I've been told that it is something else. So,
but it's still
airing.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's right here.
The golf show.
Oh no, maybe not. There's a Kabi's sailor uniform, which is supposed to be like okay or whatever.
I have heard that is very good. Sailor uniform show.
Gambare Doki-chan.
Not familiar with that one.
I don't know. Got like a salary woman on there.
Gambare Doki-chan.
Doki-chan. Doki-chan. But what about Aquatrope? There's also Aquatrope.
Is that the one where they're in an aquarium?
Yeah.
You have been wanting to watch that forever.
I mean, forever, but yeah.
Since last
aquarium
summer.
Show. Oh, it's 24 episodes, though. It's long.
Ooh. I could watch the uniform show. I'm told it's adorable.
We can do that. What is this show?
Well, I guess next time we're going to wear Sailor Fukus.
Yeah, let's do that. We rank kings. Let's rank. Well, here's the deal with a Sailor Fuku.
Uh-huh.
The real question always comes up with how are the socks? Because that's what matters.
Like the length of the socks?
Oh no, the sock thigh interaction. That's always the most like important part of any of this.
I think at that point they stopped being socks. They stopped becoming tights. Right?
No.
Thigh highs?
I don't know about that.
You're talking about the old Zettai Ryoiki, right? Absolute territory. The gap between the bottom of the skirt and the top of the thigh highs?
I mean, sort of. It's similar, but not quite. And it's that wonderful zone where the thigh, poofs out just enough over the thigh high knee sock.
You're talking about
that's your important
thick.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, this is the very important. It's just very important. Very important. Very important.
We talk about nothing but the most important topics on this show.
I mean, that is true.
Think of something else happening in the world that's more important than thigh highs and thick.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Impossible.
All right. Well, next time we'll wear sailor uniforms and dance around for your amusement.
And dance around? Why are we dancing?
Interpretive dance. We'll do the whole podcast in interpretive dance.
All right, but only if you watch Severance by then. Because, I mean, I got to earn my waffle party, and that's the only way.
Maybe. We'll see.
I got to convert more people to Cure, or, like, it's just never going to happen.
All right. Talk to you next time.
It's okay. Just watch it. Bye.